Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will present material about translation procedure. But first of all, I will introduce my name first. My name is Vira Amanda. I'm a student majoring in English Education Department at STK Pesha Mansur, and I'm in 4th semester. So let's just go into the discussions. Translation procedures, in general, as means of communications, translation is known as technique for learning foreign language. At the same time, all factual information in the original text must be retained in the translations. Nida in Theory of Translations states that translating is not a separate science, but it often does represent specialist skills and can also require aesthetic sensitivity. As depicted by Nida, translation procedures are divided into two, namely technical procedure and organizational procedure. Newmark in Urdu Diary 2007 mentioned the difference between translation methods and translation procedures. He writes that while translation methods relate to whole text, translation procedures are used for sentences and the smaller units of language. The first classification of translation technique that had a clear methodological purpose was presented by Finney and Darbernet. According to their classifications, translation procedures were classified into two methods covering 7 procedures. The 7 procedures are: first, direct translations; second, covering borrowing; third, colloquy and literal; fourth, translation and oblique; fifth, translation which in transpositions; sixth, modulations; and the last is 7th, equivalence and adaptations. Next, according to Nida, first, a language is a series of verbal habits that represents aspects of culture. Those persons who wish to use the language of different language community must learn how to use the words in a culturally acceptable manner. Second is the meaning of verbal symbol is defined indirectly by the all contrastive symbols. For example, the meaning of traffic symbols is defined by all the older symbols referring to the movement of vehicles on streets. Third, there are not complete synonyms within a language or between different languages, but such a statement seems evidently incorrect because almost all dictionaries have extensive lists of synonyms. For example, such as rich, wealthy, and rent or race. But such sets of synonyms are normally limited to a restricted set of contexts. Fourth, all language and cultures are continually in the process of change, and such change occur on all levels of structure. Translation procedure. Borrowing. Borrowing is the symbol of translation method. It refers to a case where a word or an expression is taken from the SO and use the TO, but in a naturalized form, that is, it is meant to conform to the rules of grammar or pronunciation of the TO. It is usually used in terms of new technical or unknown concept. Procedure. Origin Insan 2019 argued that there are some possibilities that might occur in this procedure. First, pure loanword; 2, mixed loanword; 3, loanbloods. 2, colloquy. Colloquy refers to the case where the translator imitates in his translations the structure or manner of expression of the SO. 3, modulation. Modulation is a change in point of view that allows us to express the same phenomenon in a different way. Modulation as procedure of translation occurs when there is a change of perspective accompanied with a lexical change in the TL. There are two types of modulations. 5. Equivalence. This term is used to refer to cases where language describes the same situation by different stylistic or structural means. 6. Adaptations. Adaptation is used in those cases where the types of situation being referred to by the SL message is known in the TL culture. Thank you. So that's all for me. For more or less about this material, I said sorry. Hopefully this is useful for everyone. Thank you so much for your attention.